Hey YouTube, it's Jamie Nelson here with another video, and I'm doing a Triple H Thy Kingdom Come Blu-ray review. And it was worth it. I had to wait a week to get it because they didn't have it at like 3 Walmarts, and they didn't have it at Best Buy, so I had to order it off Best Buy. And it was rip-off because it was free shipping for $25, and this was $24.99. But whatever, you probably already saw the Best Buy unboxing. So I just added in another Blu-ray, but yeah, here's the cover, and it got crushed because me and my brother were messing around, and I think I sat on it or something. But the disc and stuff is okay, and here's the cover. It looks really cool, and it's like you can like feel it and stuff. It's really detailed, and it's really cool for a slipcover. I don't think I have any Blu-rays with a slipcover. I only have like 3, but yep, here's the cover. Here's the back. I'll read you the back. Triple H, Thy Kingdom Come, beware the Skull King. He is the vision behind you, beside you, leading you to damnation. The evolution of Paul Triple H Levesque, or Levesque, gosh, I always get his name messed up, has been a riveting journey. Years of hard work, dedication, and sacrifice opened the door to achieving his dreams, but his rise to power was not written without a fair share of challenges. The game has to shed his blue blood image before rallying an army of fellow degenerates and ultimately becoming the King of Kings. He deflected the criticism and forged ahead when he became part of the McMahon WWE dynasty to embrace his executive role as WWE Chief Operating Officer for Triple H. Thy Kingdom has truly come. And then that looks sick. That's like his WrestleMania thing that he sat in. I think WrestleMania 22. Let me open this up. Here's the disc. Really cool. And I like that they're different. I like it when the discs are different, even if it's not a big difference. Like, they're still the skulls. It's just the skull, and then the skull with the mat, like the chains and stuff. But the disc looks really cool. I like it when the discs are different. Well, instead of taking these out, I'll just pull out the paper thing. It'll be easier than trying to look through the blue part. On this, it starts with the documentary. The game, there's just like the intro, growing up, just his childhood. WCW, it talks about him in WCW having the terrorizing thing. I think that was in WCW for a little bit. And then John Paul Levesque, and then the French gimmick, and then Hunter Hearst Helmsley when he came to WWE. Ninth Wonder of the World when they found Triple H and Shawn Michaels found China and got her to be with DX. Mick Foley talks about having matches with him and stuff like Cactus Jack and Dude Love. I think Dude Love and Mankind. And then D-Generation X when I guess DX started, because he was with China, I think, for a little bit before he was with DX. Leader, when he became the leader of DX when Shawn Michaels retired or whatever, or took a break. DX versus the Nation talks about The Rock versus DX, or Nation of Domination versus DX, and the little feud thing. And then Champion when he became the champion at SummerSlam, or at the night after SummerSlam. McMahon Helmsley era is when Stephanie went over to Triple H, or Triple H like drugged her or something and married her. And talks about the family, like not the family, but them taking over WWE or whatever, and just making matches and taking over and having a lot of power. Then talks about him and The Rock having matches and stuff. And then injury, when he came back from injury like in 2001, and then coming back, and it skips all the way to Evolution like 2003, and yeah, and then after that DX returns, the 06 DX when it came back, torn and rebuilt. That's when he like hurt himself again at New Year's Revolution 2007, and he was out, and then he came back, and then his feud with Randy Orton in like 2008 or 9 or something like that. Actor talks about him having matches, or not matches, but acting in films. Blade, Inside Out, and Chaperone. Then Undertaker talks about him having matches with Undertaker, and then the WrestleMania matches or whatever. Chief Operating Officer talks about his behind-the-scene roles in like gorilla position and board meetings and stuff. Then A Unique Breed, just like the end of it. And I got a few things like that I took notes on, sort of, that I can remember. In the board meetings, I saw Bill DeMott, or board meetings and backstage, I saw Bill DeMott, Billy Kidman, Dusty Rhodes, Billy Gunn, and and Michael Hayes, and pretty cool to see those people backstage that used to wrestle or whatever, like Billy Kidman, and I miss him. He's one of my favorite. He used to be one of my favorite wrestlers. And yeah, and then I'm trying to think what else. Stephanie, they were talking about this new DX thing, and it was pretty bullcrap. They were saying like the new 06, or the rerun of 06 DX, was PG, and they had to tone it down a little bit, and it was not PG in 2006. It may have toned it down, but it was not PG in 2006. And then Stephanie was calling it the PG era. I didn't ever think anybody that worked behind the scenes or with WWE would call it PG era. But yeah, I guess they're listening to the people of the internet. I don't know. And then I'm trying to think what else. Can't really think of anything else that I had in the notes. But yeah, the documentary was great. Overall, 10 out of 10, except or like a 9.95 because they left out feuds. They left out the feud with Shawn Michaels. I'm back. Sorry about that. My iPod cut off or whatever because I was doing the video and then my friend or my cousin FaceTimed me, and yeah. But what I was saying was they left out the 05 feud with Batista, and then like the somewhat short 06 feud with Mr. McMahon and John Cena and Edge or whatever. But yeah, they didn't really showcase any of the feuds except for The Rock and Mick Foley. They didn't even have, or they had the one from 09 or whatever with Randy Orton, but they didn't have the original one from like 2004, and they didn't have like the old Undertaker one. They just had the new one. They didn't do too good on showcasing the feuds, but whatever. It was amazing. And then yeah, enough of that now. Gosh, I'm trying to get this, or it's not gonna keep folding. But yeah. Now onto the matches. Not really gonna go in depth on the matches. There's one WCW match, and that's it. WWE Saturday Night, September 1994. John Paul Levesque versus Ricky Steamboat. One night only. Hunter Hearst September 1997. Hunter Hearst Helmsley versus Dude Love. Judgment Day, May 21st, 2000. And that was in my state, Kentucky, but it was in Louisville. It's like 3 hours away. In the Iron Man match for the WWE Championship. Unforgiven, September 24, 2000. No disqualification match, Triple H versus Kurt Angle. And now on to the second disc. Backlash 2000, not Backlash 2000, 2001. April 29, 2001. All championships on the line. Triple H and Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Undertaker and Kane. Raw, June 30th, 2003. World Heavyweight Championship match. Triple H versus Rob Van Dam. Royal Rumble 2004. Last man standing match for the World Heavyweight Championship. Shawn Michaels versus Triple H. Raw, February 6, 2006. Road to WrestleMania tournament match. Ric Flair versus Triple H. SummerSlam 2007, August 26, 2007. Return from an injury. Triple H versus King Booker, which was sort of a weird match to return to, but whatever. No Mercy 7, 2007. Or No Mercy October 7, 2007. Last man standing match for the WWE Championship. Triple H versus Randy Orton. SmackDown, November 21st, 2008, non-title match, Jeff Hardy versus Triple H. And Raw, November 30th, 2009, Triple H versus Chris Jericho. And this is the end of the matches on disc 2, or the DVD. But I don't know if they have like the extra stories and stuff, because I know I've got like the CM Punk one has a couple extra stories, and the Edge one has a few extra stories on the DVD. Well, on this one, there's a huge list of stories and in one match. But the Blu-ray exclusives, like the 90 minutes of extra stuff, WrestleMania 29, April 7th, 2013, no disqualification match. Triple H's career is on the line. Triple H versus Brock Lesnar. Now to the extra stories. Motivation in high school. His motivation was, his mom said, if you miss school, you can't be out late, or you can't leave the house, or something like that. Hard Way In, don't really remember what that is. Paul Scream, don't know what that is. Resume, don't remember. Sherry, that's when Sensational Sherry was telling him to do whatever, do it for yourself. You can say you're sorry in the future or whatever, but worry about yourself or something like that. And she was telling him to go to WWF pretty much. Diamond Cutter, Triple H was did the Diamond Cutter, Diamond Dallas Page was getting the Diamond Cutter. It was getting pretty over at the time. And Triple H did it on WWF TV or whatever. And told him, he said he doesn't have to stop doing the move, but he would like to, because that's what's got Diamond Dallas Page going. And he did stop, and he never did it again. Pretty nice. And then it was cool how he said it. It was like, hey, Paul, something like, he was like, can I ask you a question, or can I ask you to do something? He was like, sure, what do you need? And Diamond Dallas Page explained that he always said that to people whenever they needed something. Sure, what do you need? Hunter Hearst Helmsley, the name. It talks about like the name. He was gonna be something weird, and then Triple H said he didn't really like the name, and then he gave him a list of names, and they switched it. Wild and Crazy Guys, The Rock, and Triple H. And it's not like getting drunk and doing drugs. It's wild and crazy, and they're saying go to the gym at 4 in the morning, and then drink 2 protein shakes, and then outdoing each other. Like Rock said, I'll eat 12 egg whites, and Triple H was like, I'll eat 14. And The Rock was like, we're crazy. It was funny. And then Evolution's 5th member, there was going to be a 5th member, and remembers Mark Jindrak, it was going to be him, but Triple H said it didn't feel right, and he ended up not being in it, and Evolution went on to be very successful. And I wonder what would happen if there would have been that 5th member. I don't know. I think that's like a good topic video for me. I might do that next or something. I don't know. It sounds good to me. Shawn's comeback. When Shawn came back at 2002 SummerSlam, and been his first match since 1998 WrestleMania 14. And he was like, I've had problems with my back, and I can't trust anyone else but you to do it. And he was like, we're gonna have a good match, and we're gonna get through it, and it's good. You're not gonna get hurt or whatever. WrestleMania 26, it was when Sheamus was talking about their match, and just saying that he is really good, and he got him through the match, and Sheamus was a new guy that time and stuff. 2 movies at once. He did. Shawn Michaels was supposed to do the Inside Out movie, or Vince called him and asked him to do it, and then Triple H, or Shawn Michaels said he didn't want to, because Batista was supposed to do it, and then Shawn Michaels didn't want to, because Batista didn't do it because he is about to get rid of his contract or whatever, leave WWE, take a break or something. And they thought Shawn Michaels would be a better job, it'd be better for him, but he had just retired, and yeah, and he said he was going to stay home with his kids. And then after that, or Vince said he would get someone else to do it, and then he texted Triple H, he's like, you're guaranteed for a movie. And then like Triple H said, like 5 minutes after that message he got from Shawn, or Vince called him and said, you're doing a movie. And then he was like telling him he was going to do a script and stuff, and then he talked about working on Chaperone, and working on the Chaperone movie, and that there's gonna put someone else in it. And then Triple H said that he wanted to do it since he'd worked so much on it. And then commemorating the end, don't really. Oh yeah, that was that, like, it was like a big plaque that Triple H had made. It was only for Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, and him. It was a piece of Shawn Michaels glove, or I mean not glove, but a referee shirt, one of Undertaker's gloves, and I don't know how that they made 3 if Undertaker wasn't wearing 3 gloves. I don't. Maybe they cut one of the gloves or something. I don't know. And they had one of Triple H's wrist things, like the like the tape or whatever. Worst gas on the Undertaker was saying that's his favorite piece of sports memorabilia that he's gotten. Yeah, worst gas on the planet. Don't remember what that was. Candy bar. In this match, it was like in a different country, and it wasn't on TV or something like that. And there was wrestling, and there's a spot where Triple H got shorts or pants pulled down a little bit, and he had put a protein bar or a candy bar in his shorts, pants or trunks or whatever. So Chris Jericho pulled it down, and then it went right on his chest, and maybe it was Batista, I can't remember. I think it was Big Show. They're saying like it looked like he just dropped a deuce on his chest, or like pooped on his chest or something like that. Praising the boss. It was Road Dogg talking about. He was saying that I know that I've been saying a lot of good things about him. Yeah, he's my boss, but this stuff is real. And he was like, "Oh wait, we're recording this." I'm just kidding. It was pretty funny though. He was like saying that he was a really nice guy, and the stuff he was saying was real, and not because he was his boss or whatever. Behind the scenes photo shoot. I was talking about the photo shoot for WrestleMania 29, I think, against Brock Lesnar. WrestleMania 29 weekend behind the scenes, and they were having this thing that they had out from WrestleMania 28, and it was shooting out, or he went in there and it was shooting out dry ice on him, and it was burning him. And but it said he kept going because it was adrenaline, and he like hurt his arm. He couldn't use it for like 5 minutes, and then he got feeling back in it because he thought he broke it. And yeah, and then just talks about the match, and then taping wrists. Says he's been taping wrists since he's been wrestling, and he stopped for a little bit when he was the Hunter Hearst Helmsley, but then after that he taped them again, and then the Levesque game, or the Levesque game. Gosh, I always think his name's Levesque because of that S, but it's Levesque. And it was like this thing where you ask questions, and then Triple H gives his answer, and Stephanie's supposed to answer it, and they did pretty good. They probably got about 7 or 6 out of 10 right, or whatever. King of Signs. This was at the end of the extras, and it was just showing all the signs over the years. Not all of them, but just a lot of signs and stuff in the crowds and stuff. It was really cool. But I say that it was worth the wait and worth the extra $5 for these stories. I could have probably got it on DVD and got it a week earlier, but I think it was very, very much worth the wait. All these extra stories and the match. I didn't watch the match because I already seen it live, but I might watch it again someday. But yeah. Overall, it's got some awesome art, awesome disc art, awesome cover art, awesome slip cover, awesome documentary. Probably, it's up there on my list. Sean Blackford said it was his best, his favorite documentary, or better than the Stone Cold one, better than the CM Punk one, better than the ECW one. I would say that it's tied up there. I really enjoyed this one. I've been waiting so long over the summer for this one, and can't even get the slipcover thing back on. But overall, I'm gonna give this DVD or Blu-ray a 10 out of 10. Everyone should go get the Blu-ray. If you haven't already got the Blu-ray, you need to get the Blu-ray instead of the DVD version if you have a Bluray. I know a lot of people don't have a Blu-ray, But if you do, you need to get this one. It's worth the extra $5 for the stories and stuff. But yeah, it's probably my third favorite now. CM Punk and Rise and Fall ECW tied, and then third is this one. And like, because the first and second are sort of tied for and yeah, that's my review for Triple H, Thy Kingdom Come. I got a couple more to review, and that's about it. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe. Bye.